But I was struggling to bring my TV, fit it into my car. It was in a big box. It's a 55-inch. It could barely fit into this car. At first, this girl was helping me that worked at Best Buy where I got it from, but we couldn't get it in. And then she kind of like left, and I said, I'm going to try and figure it out on my own. I'm sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me. It took an older man to come and see me struggling. He came out, he had a knife. He came out and helped me take the TV out of the box and put it in my back seat. And then he took the box, put it in his truck, and was going to go dump it elsewhere because there's no dumpster nearby. They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not all men because there are good men out there, but it's such a rare thing. It took an older man to do that. I've been like 70, 80 years old, and it took him, not all these young fit guys, it took him. We got to go back to the drawing board because it's just crazy how much as a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore. They rush and sit down on trains and buses before women and pregnant women and elderly are sitting down. It's just a hot mess out here. But I think that man, he is going to be extremely blessed. Even when I tried to offer him some cash, he didn't want to take it. But yeah, that was just an insane experience.
Before I even say anything, I want you to know that you don't owe anyone anything. You don't have to start carrying people's luggages in public as if you're a servant for no good reason. Again, you don't owe anyone anything. Now, here's the truth. You see this everywhere with women saying every day that they don't make real men anymore. But they forget just one thing. Men didn't change by accident. Men didn't change just overnight. It was a gradual process, and it was done because society punished them for being men. Society punished them for being masculine. It called masculinity toxic. It called chivalry abusive. When you offered to help without someone asking for it, you were called a creep. You were made fun of and posted on social media. You were called all sorts of names just because you wanted to help. And now they're crying that you see them suffering and you don't help. What do they want? What really do they want? And no matter what they want, as I said, you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone any help. If someone asks you for help in public and you want to help, go do your thing. Go help. But you're not obliged to help someone simply because they're a woman, simply because they are entitled, simply because they think you are a man, you must carry their luggage. You must carry their stuff for them. It does not work that way. In this day and age, it's not going to happen. Because I can tell you one thing. Men never stop being helpful. Men stop being stupid when their kindness was taken for granted, when their kindness was abused and used against them. Men stop. And if you're tired of, these women always blaming men for something they did not do, blaming men for something that it's not a guy's fault that she went to buy a television she could not carry. But now she's blaming us men. If you're tired of these crazy thoughts, smash the subscribe button, hype the video, share, comment, just say something in the comment section. Let's just encourage the algorithm to push the message as far as possible because I alone, I cannot do anything, bro. I need your support. I need you watching to spread the news, to subscribe, to share, to do everything possible for us because we have to defend masculinity. We have to step up for one another. And don't think it's about me. Don't think it's about him. It's about all of us. Because if it's happening to me today and we don't call it out, it will happen to you tomorrow. And you expect us to call it out. We have to stand for one another because we give everything. We build society, but they still turn and blame us for when things go wrong, even when we are not involved. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hyping the video. Now let's get into the core message here. I'm not going to attack her. I'm going to attack her message. And when she says men don't help anymore, she's right. But that's just part of the equation. There is another part she consciously left out. And she left that part out because it's not going to fit in her agenda. That's why she decided to ask the wrong question. And the wrong question she asked was, why don't men help anymore? But here's the right question she should be asking. And every woman with that same mentality should be asking, why should men help? That's the only question that you should be asking. Why should men help? Again, I'm asking for the third time. Why should men help when men are constantly treated as predators? When men are constantly treated like a walking lawsuit? You're just doing your stuff, you decide to help someone, all of a sudden, you're served papers because you made someone feel uncomfortable. We are constantly looked at as threats. Why? So why should we help? We have heard in the last decades, the last 2 or 3 decades, while young men were raised constantly being told, don't approach women, don't talk to women, don't touch women's stuff, don't be alone with women. And now women are shocked men didn't step in. You told men for years, leave us alone. Men left you alone. So what's the problem? We leave you alone, it's a problem. We don't leave you alone, it's a problem. Come on. I still remember back then when I was still growing in the 90s. Helping a woman was seen as a gentleman's behavior. Now helping a woman can turn you to a TikTok story. A creepy guy followed me in Best Buy store. No man wants to be part of that. I don't want to be part of that. And I know, bro, you don't want to be part. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Just tell me in the comment section. Do you want to be part of that? Because I don't want to be part of that. And none of my homeboys want to be part of that. And what always baffles me in this situation is the contradiction. They always want traditional benefits, but without themselves giving out traditional behavior. They want chivalry, they want protection, they want a provider, they want masculinity, real masculinity. But they don't want to be feminine. They don't want to provide softness. They don't want to provide peace. They don't want to provide gratitude. They don't want cooperation. They want the benefits of the old world while living with the conditions of the new world. It makes no sense. The old guy who helped her grew up in an era where men were taught duty and responsibility, and where when they gave duty and responsibility, they were not punished for it. The younger guys grew up in the mind your business era. People like me, the millennial generation, we grew up in between both. Where you were taught to be of free service, and then we were the first group of people to pay the price for being of free service. So I can understand the old guy. The old guy grew up when community was community. Now, young guys are growing up with cameras everywhere, lawsuits everywhere, emotional blackmail everywhere, cancel culture everywhere. So no one is taking the risk, and I can't blame them. I can't blame you, bro, for not taking that risk. People call men weak now, but men are not weak. Men are just being calculative. Why are they being calculative? Because they learned that being a hero gets you punished. So in this situation, what do? You rather survive. You rather choose yourself surviving rather than saving a stranger. It's a no-brainer. She's just blaming men, blaming every man, without even showing some empathy, without even asking herself, maybe the men I saw were tired, or the men who were present there were tired. She didn't say maybe they were just stressed and they were minding their business. And mind you, she didn't ask for help. She just wanted someone to come and help her without her asking for it. The entitlement. And when it did not happen, she said they don't make real men anymore. And that's the problem. Modern women criticize men into the ground and then wonder why they have emotionally checked out. That's just crazy. The lack of self awareness, it's unbelievable. The lack of accountability, it's just unbearable. So I just applaud the men who are walking away because the contract is broken. Society wants men to provide, to sacrifice, to protect, to help. But men don't get respect in return. They get mocked. They get blamed. They get called toxic. And in some scenarios, they get sent to jail for being good people. Chivalry will only exist where gratitude exists. So when every act of kindness is met with disrespect, is met with entitlement, chivalry dies naturally. Because you cannot go around and demanding kindness while at the same time disrespecting and insulting the people you want kindness from. It makes no sense, bro. It makes completely no sense. But you see it every day. I can only tell you one thing, bro. Don't be rude. Don't be evil. But stop being society's free labor. If a woman wants traditional treatment, she should bring traditional energy. She should bring respect. She should bring gratitude. She should bring femininity. She should bring cooperation, not entitlement, not insult, not complaining, not the shaming language. None of that. So don't pay attention to the noise. Focus on yourself. Work on your body. Build your body. A strong body sends a strong message. Go to the gym. And if you don't know where to start, here's my YouTube channel. Check it out. It's all about fitness. It's all about nutrition, all about workout, all about testosterone. It's all for men. In the coming days, I'm going to be pumping that channel with a lot of valuable content. So smash the subscribe button there, smash the subscribe button here, and leave a comment. And if you're tired of all of this dating stuff and you want to take a break, or you've already taken a break, I have something for you. It's free. It's called the opt out decision test. It's not motivation, it's just a mirror put in front of you. It will help you decide if you are ready to opt out or not. Or if you've opted out, did you do it out of emotions or out of logic? Again, it's free. The link is on the description of this video and on the first comment below. And tell me in the comment section, maybe I'm just being so harsh. Maybe I'm just being so paranoid. If you see a woman struggling with maybe some heavy stuff and she does not ask you for help, are you going to volunteer to help? Let me hear from you. And don't forget to share this video to as many people as possible. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Copy that.